ASUS rolls out AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS for its X670E, B650 and B650 motherboards, adds 105 watts TDP mode for AMD 9700X and 9600X. ASUS is the first motherboard manufacturer to roll out the AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS for its X670E, B650, and B650 motherboards, supporting 105 watts TDP mode. AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS now rolled out by ASUS for its X670E, B650, and B650 motherboards, adds official 105 watts TDP mode for AMD Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X CPUs. ASUS has released its AGESA 1.2.0.2 Beta BIOS, which is the official version that would enable the 105 watts TDP for AMD Ryzen 5 9600X and Ryzen 7 9700X CPUs. While the AGESA 1.2.0.1a was already released 10 days ago, the 1.2.0.2 release was going to be the AMD certified and official version to support this feature. The notification was provided by overclocker, enthusiast, and good friend, SafeDisk, Soon Ho Jang, on the ASUS ROG forum, where he listed all the crucial information and the motherboards that will get this BIOS release. It is stated that the new Beta BIOS 2401-3040 will update the AGESA to Combo M5 1202 and will also improve system performance. The listed motherboards include several different series of X670, B650, and B650 motherboards including ProArt, GeForce Gaming, ROG Strix, and ROG Cross. However, the Prime series and all the X670 chipset motherboards are missing from the list. So, it looks like AMD is currently prioritizing the X670 chipset motherboards. Here is the complete list of motherboards that received the latest AGESA January 2, 2002 update through the Beta BIOS 2401:ROG Cross X670 Hero Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Cross X670 Gene Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Cross X670 Extreme Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Strix X670EA Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Strix X670E Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Strix X670EF Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Strix X670i Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2401. GeForce Gaming X670E Plus Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming X670E Plus Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. ProArt X670E Creator Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2401. ROG Strix B650A Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. ROG Strix B650E Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. ROG Strix B650EF Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. ROG Strix B650i Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650E Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650 Plus Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650 Plus Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650ME Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650ME Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650M Plus Beta BIOS 3040. GeForce Gaming B650M Plus Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 3040. ProArt B650 Creator Beta BIOS 2401. With this BIOS update, the AMD Ryzen 5 9600X and Ryzen 7 9700X CPUs can operate at up to 105 watts TDP instead of 65 watts. However, as seen in our tests, the processors were already reaching over 80 watts in power consumption with the previous BIOS. The case was a bit different with the productivity, as the AMD Ryzen 7 9700X was able to reach up to 13% higher performance in synthetic benchmarks, and the Ryzen 5 9600X didn't get a huge boost. That said, other motherboard makers will follow up with the latest AGESA 1.2.0.2 update very soon to ensure optimal performance for these chips. On the other side, the upcoming 800 chipset motherboards will have this update natively.